Justin Donald is an independent filmmaker embarking on his maiden voyage into the world of cinema with a documentary centred around the R&B sensation Aaliyah. And Justin is with us here. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. So what was it that drew you to the subject of Aaliyah for your first feature film?
For a while now, I've actually been looking into Aaliyah's life, and I've been watching many documentaries on her, and I noticed that a lot of them are very negative. They kind of surround her death a lot, and there's not enough that speak about her musical legacy. So I wanted to be the one to kind of stand out from all the other documentary that's out.
And what is it about her story that you find compelling and important to share?
Of course, the hardships and how she kind of got through those hardships. Also, there's not much we know about her. So I always just wanted to learn more about, her career, her legacy, just little bits and pieces and who she was as a person. And once I kind of learned more about her career and who she was, I was just like, you know what, let me just make a documentary on my own.
As an independent filmmaker, because you mentioned you made it on your own, what challenges did you face in the process of making your documentary?
Well, the challenges I faced is, of course, like I said, there's not too much information on Aaliyah specifically. We only got, bits and pieces. And it was kind of hard to write the script doing the research because you want to find information that's not really out in the public. And that is like the most challenging thing about, doing a biography documentary. So right now, the most that I can do is do interviews to kind of get something exclusive.
This being your first feature film, what's been the most valuable lesson you've learned so far in the filmmaking process?
Well, the most valuable lesson I've learned is to make sure you got everything planned out and make sure all your funding is good because documentary filmmaking can be extremely expensive.
And I mentioned this as your first feature film, so what was it that inspired you to pursue a career in filmmaking, especially in the realm of documentary filmmaking?
Well, actually, this is not actually my very first documentary, but this is my first one I'm actually filming. I made a documentary previously about Michael Jackson, and I didn't really film. I just put a bunch of pieces of clips and things together with over some narration. And that was pretty much it. But now I just decided to take it more seriously and actually do some big production.
Are you able to share some insights into the creative process? How did you approach storytelling and capturing the essence of Aaliyah's life and legacy?
Well, actually, I've been contacting certain fans of hers and certain collaborators just to get, more information on her as a person and just as an artist as a whole. And I've been watching a lot of interviews of her as well, trying to capture her humanity, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to capture her humility.
Of course, you're actually from Detroit in Michigan, and that has a rich cultural and musical history. So how has being from there influenced your perspective as a filmmaker, and maybe even your approach on this documentary?
Being from Detroit, it has influenced me a lot because I grew up, listening to music. I didn't necessarily grow up off Aaliyah, but I always knew who she was, and I did like a few songs of her. But Motown, even the local Detroit music now, like I love all of that. And the reason why I chose to do Aaliyah specifically out of every other artist from Detroit was because her story just, stood out to me. Like I said, we don't know too much about Aaliyah, so that was really my approach with it. Like, I want to learn more. So this documentary was also a learning process for me too. And I want this to be a learning process for the neutrals who don't know much about it.
And Aaliyah's impact on the music industry and popular culture is profound. So how do you plan to honour her legacy through the documentary?
Well, I plan on honoring her legacy through the documentary just off of, speaking more about her music, because, like I said, too many conspiracies, too much controversy surrounding her legacy. And for my goal, I just want to kind of erase that, you know?
Yeah. Now, you have set up a GoFundMe campaign to help with the documentary. So, how does our support make a difference in bringing the documentary to life?
The support of the GoFundMe will help license the photos and the footage of Aaliyah. That's what the GoFundMe is for. So everything else is funded as far as the narration, the equipment for the films, everything else is funded. I just need the funding specifically to license her photos and things.
And what overall message or emotions do you hope viewers will take away from watching the documentary?
Well, the emotion that I want from people is to, appreciate her more as an artist. I want them to walk out of here and just remember her as she said she wanted to be remembered for, as a good person and as an entertainer.
Well, where are we able to find the GoFundMe and keep up to date with you everywhere?
Well, the GoFundMe is in the link in my bio on my Instagram for the documentary. It's called @Detroit'sBabyGirl. You can find me on Instagram.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for joining us. It's been great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you taking your time out to interview me.